talking.
Yeah.
Tell me when to start.
Now.
All right. The solid red or opaque red is called red slag. And the first three shelves have a lot of red slag on them. Not everything, but a lot. So on the top shelf is a tall, towards the left, is a tall piece that should be worth 150 or so.
This one here.
And then the center piece on the top shelf
with the flowers,
that ought to be worth 150 to 200 or more. And then there's a pair on either side of that with some special little black bottom pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And they ought to be worth 300 at least for the pair. And then there's a kind of frilly one near the right-hand side. I believe that has a little, what they call a burst bubble or something at one point, so it's not absolutely perfect. But I think it's got to be worth 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go down to the second shelf.
Yeah.
And I've talked about those. The center one is called Peacock at a Fountain or something. It's got flowers in it. And I think that might have also had like a little burst bubble, but it ought essentially to be 100 or better. And the candlesticks on either side go down below with that one. And that ought to be over 500 or better.
For the set.
And
Okay, so what's the difference between that, because it's obviously a different color?
They call it mandarin red, but some of it is really red and some of it is orangey red.
Okay, but it's still slag?
It's called red slag, as I understand it.
Okay.
And then there's one other bowl towards the left on the second shelf. And that ought to be a good 100 or so.
This one here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, all of these black bottoms on them are separate, but they all, I think, were used with these pieces when they were originally new and bought. And they can be mixed and matched depending on things. These seem to be the better fits. But they're not highly valuable, but they go with the type of red slag, and some of them have little chips or slivers off of them. They were, they'd have to be looked at and admitted to what they were like, but they're pretty usable. Okay, go down to the third shelf, and you will see near each end two really nice deep red vases that have fake flowers in them.
Yep.
And they match, in shape at least, the one up on the top shelf. So there's three altogether that are that shape.
Oh, they match this center one or this one?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got...
In terms of size and all of that, but it might be a slight bit lighter colored.
So you're saying you have three
of that shape, and then there's a pair also up on the top shelf on either side of the center.
Yeah.
And then you go down to the third shelf, and there's a pair again. There's a pair that match the top one.
Right.
But then nearer to the center, there's a pair that match each other. Usually a pair would be nicer to have than one. Certainly on candlesticks, you wouldn't want to sell a single one. But the pair on either side of the center on the third shelf, they've got to be worth 100 each, at least, or more.
Okay, so each one of these.
Yeah, I'd say more than 100. I'd say 150 or 200 each for the tall ones.
Okay, so that's those two plus this one.
Yeah, those ought to be 150 to 200.
Okay.
That's at current prices, and that's, I can't say they're selling at it. They're offered at that. And then the one at the very far right is to me, the least valuable, because I find it the least
This one here.
classical shape
Here.
type thing. But I still would say it's worth 75 to 100.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on the bottom shelf, there's no glass. But some of them are just favorites of mine or the right color to go with the rest. But the one towards the left, that is like pink or lavender, whichever.
Right.
That should be quite valuable. It doesn't look any better than the rest of them, but it's a California collectible type pottery, and it should be several $100s at least.
Okay.
The others, were, in my opinion, more or less attractive or the right color or whatever, but I wouldn't know what to call them. They're not cheap. They're not dollar pieces or $5 pieces, but I right now couldn't put a value on them.
Okay, so now what else is up on the shelves that's not red slag?
On the very ends of the top shelf are just some glasses that I had picked up as small sets, and they got knocked, in each case at either end, some got knocked over by, I don't know, a mouse or something, and broke, so there's like only 2 or 3 at either end. They're just decorative.
Okay.
They go with the rest. The black piece up on the top shelf is not as valuable as the red, but it's kind of a black slag or black milk glass, and it's not bad. It's just not quite the collectible level.
Okay.
You go down one shelf.
Yeah.
And if you start at the left, that's just something new. Doesn't have to even be there. The light pale pink. Next to it is a pattern glass pitcher that used to be quite collectible when people used to collect early American pattern glass, but they don't anymore. Go over towards the right. There's one with a frilly top.
Yeah.
I have no idea how old that one is or what it's worth. And then go to the far right, and that was a set that I had on the shelf back in Evanston that we got from Dad's Aunt Martha, or Lily, probably Aunt Lillian. And it has 4 tumblers that go with it elsewhere in the room here. It used to be more collectible than it is now. It's one of those where the price has gone down, but $25, $30, $35 maybe. And I don't know if people who come by will be even buying single, a piece at a time, or they would just want to buy a whole lot. Go down to the third shelf.
What about the pitcher as part of that set you said?
The pitcher had, it's now got 3 little, 3 or maybe 4 little glasses that go with it. It used to be like when people would have a liqueur where they'd only get a very small glass full of something or other, brandy or something or other. And it used to be more valuable than, after the 2008 crash, never made it back up, but I wouldn't sell it for less than $35.
Yeah, what is it, cranberry?
They call it ruby, and it's got a little bit of silver on it as a pattern. They call it silver overlay, but it's pretty worn. And so it's basically ruby glass.
Okay, so
Go down to the bottom, and the one on the far left is just an oddity where I think I bought 2 of them at a garage sale in Evanston. I don't think it's especially old. I just thought it was
this one here?
decorative. Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you can get for that, get for that.
Okay, we will move to the other one.
Yeah.